the hottest new restaurants in Worcester is more than 20 years old.
Fire 51, yep.
Run by a chef who's spent a lifetime in the business.
Hey, Dr. B.
His name is Bill Brady.
There you go.
And his restaurant is Sonoma. Located inside the beautiful Beechwood Hotel, Sonoma is a familiar name to folks in Central Mass who appreciate great food. Back in 1996, it opened in the town of Princeton and quickly became one of the best restaurants in all of New England. A few months ago, the restaurant made the move to Worcester after Bill was approached by the Beechwood's owners.
They have a love for this hotel. We have a love for Sonoma, so to bring it to a larger platform with a lot more moving parts to it was a great challenge.
That might be a bit of an understatement. The restaurant is open from 6 a.m. to midnight, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Fortunately, Bill has a great team behind him.
You know, I'm surrounded by people that do their job and do it really well. They love what they do, and that shines through.
Back in the kitchen, that team turns out fine food from around the world.
I like to call it global cuisine. Not that we're mixing all different cultures. I just like to be true to the culture we're representing.
Out in the dining room, the waitstaff works inside a simply stunning space.
The dining room itself is spectacular. It was a $6.5 million renovation. Our showcase in the dining room is a $200,000 stained glass dome. The booths, everything is custom. So it really is a beautiful space, and it's a great palette, so to speak, in order to showcase our food and service.
Sonoma's ever-changing seasonal menu is filled with dishes that are classic and contemporary. So you can start out your meal with rich and gooey French onion soup, or opt for the fiery Kung Pao cauliflower.
Tempura batter, deep fried, and then we toss it in our own Kung Pao sauce. Very spicy. It's a staple Szechuan dish. So we have the wok fried peppers, onions, peanuts, scallions on top of that. It's a great appetizer to share.
Getting back to the classics, there's a lobster profiterole with orange hollandaise and a perfect Caesar salad served in its own edible bowl.
We present it in a Parmesan cheese bowl. Some great quality shredded Parmesan cheese. We put it on a sill plat, which is a baking sheet, melt it down, put it on a little form, let it cool, and we have our vessel to serve our salad. I think once they try it, they fall in love with it. Some people break it up, put it into the salad, others save it for later. It's a nice presentation, plus you can eat the whole thing.
When it comes to entrees, there are great seafood options like coconut and coriander crusted ahi tuna sashimi and Caribbean jerk shrimp with grilled vegetables. But you really ought to eat some meat, like the filet mignon wrapped in bacon.
The filet is the most tender part of the meat, but it also lacks a lot of fat. And fat is flavor, so with the addition of wrapping it in a nice smoky piece of fat, our streaky bacon, it elevates the flavor and I think really complements the meat.
The prime rack of Colorado lamb is a dish Chef Bill has been making for more than 20 years, and it's a dish he'll likely be making for 20 more.
I tried to remove that from the menu a couple times, but it's one of our most popular dishes. It's prime domestic lamb. We coat that with some Dijon mustard, garlic, rosemary, some panko crumbs, roasted. It's just been one of the staples here, and people have come to expect it, so we like to provide that to them.
Since Sonoma is located in a hotel, they need to offer items that are approachable and affordable, and nothing fills the bill like their half-pound burger.
Well, I would suggest you have a napkin in your hand when you take your first bite, because it's going to be juicy. It's just going to remind you of the burgers you had when you were a kid.
The classics continue at dessert, because at Sonoma, they're presented tableside on an old-school dessert cart.
We have a little bit of a throwback. We have our dessert cart that comes wheeled around to each table. You know, I think when your server says, oh, would you like something for dessert? It's real easy to say no, but when they wheel something over, you know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, the genuine article is probably worth a few more words than that.
And just one look will make it tough to resist tempting treats like creme brulee, a chocolate torte with chocolate ganache, moist carrot cake, or the sticky toffee pudding with caramel sauce, candied pecans, and vanilla ice cream. But no matter how you end your meal, you can be sure it was made by a man who's dedicated his life to serving great food.
My first job was washing dishes at 13. And I never left the kitchen. So I don't know, I guess I got bit by the love of it early. We like to please people. We like to make people happy. We really want people to come in and enjoy what we do.